What's going on YouTube? It's James aka Comics for Cheap, and today I am bringing you part 2 in the series of how to clean and press comic books. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, like I said, I am now going to be bringing you part 2 of the how to clean and press comic books, which is going to be mainly focusing on the tools you need for the cleaning aspect. So last video that I did was what you need for the pressing aspect, and now what you need for the cleaning aspect, and then going into the future, how to apply what you have together. So before we go any further, hit that like button, subscribe, you know, all that usual nonsense. I know it's been a hot minute between videos, guys. I was actually a little bit down because a lot of people were just like, it was just very negative, either here on YouTube or on Instagram. And every time I talk about cleaning and pressing, I always get the same amount of like negative reaction, which can be a little bit frustrating, because really all I'm trying to do is share my knowledge. If you have a process, or if you find something that works for you, do that. I'm not saying that what I do is like the end all be all of cleaning and pressing. I in no way pretend to be any kind of like pressing god master or anything like that. If you find something that works for you, do that. If you want to share some of your knowledge as well in the comment section, do that. But please don't do something like, oh, I took one look at one tool that you use and I can tell right off the bat you don't know how to press books. Stuff like that just like kind of gets me like, well, why am I even bothering trying to share some of my knowledge? All I'm doing, again, is showing you my methods, what works for me, and if you want to do that and have that as a baseline to learn other things yourself, that is really what this video is for. So before we go any further, I'm rocking my Comics for Cheap hoodie. Yeah, if you want any of my merchandise and swag, you can see I have multiple shirts, hoodies, hats, any of that. My merchandise link is down below in the description of this video. Any kind of purchase really goes a long way into helping me out, so just go ahead and check it out. I got some cool stuff. So without further ado, please, let's go ahead and jump into this. What do I need to clean a comic book? So depending on what kind of comic book that you have, whether it be modern or Bronze Age, Silver Age, Golden Age, if it's you know, super glossy, if it's old and ratty, you're going to use different tools. So I'm going to go over kind of my repertoire of what I have for cleaning books, and then again, like I said, in the future when I'm doing videos, I can show you how I apply all of these tools. But first of all, we got to start with gloves. Latex gloves, powder free. You don't want the oils on your skin transferring to the book in any way at all, whether it be a fingerprint or a smudge or anything like that. So gloves are a must when you're handling books, especially some people have methods where they handle the books after they're hot in the press, which I don't recommend at all. But if you're going to be doing that, I've seen people take a book out of a press while hot with their bare hands, and that's instant grease transfer. It doesn't matter if you just washed your hands, it does not matter. You have oils in your skin, and that is just detrimental to the books. So gloves, latex, powder free. If you're allergic to latex, whatever the substitute is to that, use that, but just make sure that it's powder free. You don't want any substance transferring to the book. So that's number one. Number two, what I like to start out with, Swisspers. Swisspers, let's see if there you go. Swisspers are actually like makeup removal pads. You want the ones that are just cotton, or something like it, like a cotton ball or something like that. You don't want any, again, no chemicals, nothing in there. And that's basically just what I start with to buff the book, and it's actually what I can end with to buff a book as well. So just to kind of go over it, see if there's any indentations, see if there's any like pieces of dirt that are actually raised, like stuck to the book. You can kind of go over it that way, see what you're working with, make sure that you are, you know what the book is looking like, and it'll remove surface dirt for you too. So if you go over your book with these Swisspers, they do actually remove some surface dirt, and that just gives you a good jump on cleaning the book. So that is number one, or I guess number two. That is the second thing that you're going to need, some Swisspers or something that's similar to that. Okay, third thing that you need is going to be the pencil erasers. I use the pencil click eraser, where it's actually, it holds it and you can click up and down for your eraser as it wears down and you know, whatever. These are very, very handy because it's basically just, you don't have to hold a pencil. You can just hold this thing for an eraser. And of course there are eraser refills that come with it. So pencil click eraser refills. These are very, very handy. Removes a lot of dirt, a lot of grime and substance just from a basic soft white eraser. You don't want to use a pink eraser. You don't want to use gum erasers, anything like that. That's going to leave a whole bunch of residue and crap on your book. You want the soft white erasers. So that's number 3. Number 4, I have actual like pencil erasers. So they're not colored pencils or anything like that. It is an eraser that's actually like you can sharpen and fine tune into a point. And that helps you get those little nitty gritty spots. It can also help you get rid of like the texture stuff, like I was talking about before, all that like raised dirt. Going over it with a sharpened eraser can actually help you out with that. You don't want to use it on like high gloss books because it will remove gloss. So you don't want to, like, for like a book that just came off the shelf, this is not your go-to tool. But they're cheap and they're awesome. And like I said, you can sharpen them and yeah, they're great. So those I definitely recommend. So that's your number 4. Number 5, I have a dry cleaning, professional drafting dry cleaning pad. These are really awesome. They're like little bean bags with eraser filling or eraser shavings in them that you can go over like the whole book without really worrying about removing too much color. You don't want to go too ham with this thing. You will start to remove color eventually, but this is like really good for, I use this to go over the heavy hitting Silver Age keys, just like at the end, towards the end, just to kind of go over it, buff it up, clean up a little bit of the parts that have color on the cover, and just kind of get a little bit of that shine back for you. So definitely need some of that, the dry cleaning pads. Next, you have a Absarine dirt eraser pad. This actually has a couple of uses. These I really enjoy for cleaning my tools, so you can actually clean the erasers with them just by brushing them up against it, almost like a whetstone for a knife, right? So you just you brush it up against it. It cleans your eraser, both kinds, the pencil kind and the clicky kind. And also you can just rub this across the book as well, very gently, depending on, you know, how together your book is. You would do something like that. So these are, you can rub them against the book and they will remove surface dirt. Again, just like some of the other tools that we said, these will remove some surface dirt. You can just kind of brush them gently against the page or the cover, and that'll work for you. Mainly I use them though to clean my tools. So the Absarine dirt eraser pads. Lastly, and this is you know, kind of silly and you know, kind of no-brainers, you need your tissues or toilet tissue, bathroom tissue, facial tissue. As long as it's lotion free, I use these. You can use it a little bit to kind of buff a book or, like, you know, clean it a little bit. They will take up a little bit of the dirt, but mostly to get eraser shavings, hair, skin cells, whatever could be on your book. You want it nice and clean, brushed off, and that's what I use this for before you put it in the press. So obviously as you're cleaning and as you're using all these tools like the erasers or the dry cleaning pad, it's going to leave the eraser shavings on the book, and you want to make sure you gently get those off. So that's that. And then you have a dryer sheet, again, unscented, no chemicals, no nothing, just a dryer sheet for you. This you use cautiously, but it can remove dirt off of some of the lighter colors like light blue, yellow, stuff like that. You can use dirt without removing color. It also can help with some of the like residue or textured defects, dirt and stuff that's on there. It can help you take some of that off. Again, you're going to use this sparingly because this will quickly start eating away at color if you're not careful. So but dryer sheets are a useful tool. I can't even tell you how many times I've used a dryer sheet to take some stuff off of a book, and just surprised and shocked that it works, because it's got that little bit of texture on it, and you know, it's a good cleaning tool. So there you go, dryer sheets. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it as far as the tools that I use for cleaning. If you use any additional tools or have any suggestions for other items that you might be bringing to the table, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm always open to listen to other methods and learn some new materials that could help me out. So please do that. Guys, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions for me personally about me cleaning and pressing your books, you can hit me up on Instagram at Comics for Cheap. That's in the description. We can go over rates, turnaround times, all that kind of stuff there. Please reach out if you have any questions. But other than that, that wraps up the video. Appreciate you guys watching, and as always, stay villainous.